So, here to watch some impossible feats about Pokemon is just me, not Skitten. She's leaving for work. We're here to look at some of the hardest shinies to find in Pokemon. So, if you guys have never been shiny hunting, that means you've never beat a Pokemon game completely. To beat a Pokemon game, or to complete at least the challenge in a Pokemon game that allows you to really do shiny hunting, is completing the national dex, which means gaining, or at least, you know, evolving through a line of every Pokemon in the national dex that unincludes some legendary Pokemon or event Pokemon, just the ones that you can find by walking around, including the limited spawn Pokemon.
What he's saying is, if you haven't found a shiny, you're a fucking lame, you're a fucking poser, you're a fucking simp. That's what he's trying to tell you. Go back, get your old Pokemon games, and get a fucking shiny, you goddamn wet noodle.
I don't know where that came from, but I'm feeling pretty good about myself now.
What he's trying to say, okay, is you want to be the very best that no one ever was, but someone was. He was. He was the very best. You will never, ever measure up. Beyonce and Skitten are out.
All right. Love you. I'll see you. So yeah.
I'm stuck.
With that, it's mostly because your butt. You'll be fine. So yeah, we're gonna find some of the 10 hardest shinies to even find in the game.
And another thing.
Please God.
That wasn't my fault. It was my butt's fault.
We're gonna stay a little focused here. I just got distracted because they were sitting up here for a skit we did, and I've been looking at them ever since. All right, here we go. Play.
So with all that out of the way, this is our list of the top 10 hardest Pokemon to shiny hunt. And if you're a shiny hunter watching this video, I dare you to hunt for some of these Pokemon if you haven't already. I dare you.
Number 10. Baby Pokemon in Generation 2 and 3.
Awful.
Ever since the Masuda method was introduced in Generation 4, breeding for shiny Pokemon has been made a ton easier. However, back in Generations 2 and 3, the Masuda method wasn't a thing yet, so it didn't exist. And the only way to get baby Pokemon was through breeding. Just think of how time-consuming it already is to breed for a shiny Pokemon and then take away any lowered odds.
Wait, hold on. Let's look up that method real quick. I know it's a long video, but what is the Masuda method? It involves breeding 2 Pokemon created in games of different languages, and the egg resulting from such a pair will have a higher likelihood of being a shiny.
Even hatching an egg could take the mick. All this made breeding one of the more annoying methods of getting a Pokemon.
These dudes are
much
in
more
deep.
than finding one in the wild. But that was the only way of getting a baby Pokemon.
Now, this one's by no means terrible, but we're only at the bottom of the list, so the shinies will only get harder to obtain.
Number 9. The Gen 6 starters in Pokemon X and Y. Okay, now before you start saying, the starters are so easy to get shiny, you just have to breed them. We're not talking about getting the starters through breeding or friend safari. We're talking specifically about the starters you get to choose at the very beginning of the game. So why are these?
Your friends, sit down, get introduced to your friends.
Oh, that's right. Dude, this is an X. This is the one I'm playing right now again. These cutscenes are absolutely insane.
A nickname, which if you want to do, you'll have to do every single soft reset. Finally, pick up your starter, have your friend pick up their starter, receive the Pokedex, get the professor's letter, then as you're walking away, Shauna wants to battle, which then you can finally throw out your starter and see if it's shiny. Only to realize it's not.
Yeah, you gotta start over.
Not including loading the game, from the moments where you walk left,
like
the
a
entire
minute and a half.
cutscene, if you're hitting A the whole time, not caring what your nickname is, is a total of almost 2 whole minutes.
Shut the
and
fuck
if you want to
up.
give your starter a nickname, or even nickname yourself, that's going to be even longer. In the time the whole cutscene ends, you could have hunted for a shiny starter in another game at least 3 times, which would technically make these starters even more time consuming than any other starter trio. I mean, I can just imagine.
What is it, like 1 in 1,000 weeks probably of restarting the fucking game?
Journey with a shiny starter,
it would take you like a week, bro.
Hey guys, Pre-Markinines here, and as you can see, I'm playing Pokemon.
No way.
Let's get.
No way.
I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, he fucking quit. I was like, no way.
Generation 4 and 5. These two are sharing a spot because they're equally hard to get. So in order to get a Frostlass or Gallade in the first place, you first need to find a Snorunt that's female or a Ralts that's male. Then just evolve them by exposing either to a Dawnstone. Seems simple enough, right? Well, the thing that lands these two on the list is that both their pre-evolutions have a 50-50 gender ratio. This means that if you do end up finding a Snorunt, it has a 50% chance of being male, which is fine if you're hunting for a shiny blue, but it's not so good if you're hunting for a shiny frostlass.
Wow,
So taking
that's
into account
crazy.
Snorunt's gender ratio, this basically means that getting a female shiny Snorunt is double the odds of a normal shiny.
Okay, sometimes when you hear these challenges, you think, damn, like really, that's not that fucking difficult. This shit sounds like that would be fucking impossible.
Making Frostlass's shiny chances in Gen 4 or 5 1 in 16,384.
16,000?
Now, if you're hunting for either Snorunt or Ralts in Generation 6, or maybe you're just
Shut
using the
up.
Pseudo method, these odds will obviously be raised. However, hunting for either shiny Frostlass or Gallade in Generation 4 or 5 is not only significantly harder, but what really lands these two a spot in this list is that they're basically twice as hard to get as any normal shiny.
Oh my gosh, shiny Snorunt, shiny... Unknown exclamation mark and question mark,
crazy.
heart gold and soul silver. Now for the most part, these two specific unknown symbols are just about as hard to get shiny as any other Pokemon in heart gold and soul silver.
Okay.
That is, when you unlock the area that these two specific symbols are found. And how do you unlock this area? Well, you know, it's nothing much. All you have to do is catch all 26 other unknown symbols.
You have got
Having
to
to
be
catch 26
fucking
unknown
me, dude.
is just about as strenuous, if not more, than getting a shiny Pokemon alone. And you're not even allowed to start catching them right away. First, you have to complete the 4
Yeah,
slide
there's
This
all
not only
kind of
unlocks all
extra
26
shit.
letters, but gives you the
This is
unknown
how he
report
changed
allowing
up the
you to
music
start
and shit in
catching
this part of the
which
game.
you're
It's
gonna
pretty cool.
regret because catching all 26 unknown is a freaking nightmare. Having to find each individual letter can range from a 10% to a 3.8%. 3.8% to find all 26 letters and still have to catch them. This doesn't include the possibility of having to go back to the Pokemon Center to heal or to stock up on more Pokeballs at the Pokemart. This could possibly be one of the most grinding things you have to do in any Pokemon game, besides hunting any of the shinies on this list, of course.
And when you finally catch all 26 different unknown symbols, only then do you finally get to hunt for a shiny unknown question mark or exclamation mark. But would you really want to? You've wasted all this time just to be able to attempt hunting for a shiny unknown that's slightly differently shaped than the previous 26 that you've already caught.
I mean, I'm looking at the time now, and I'm thinking, before I die, I could probably collect all the shinies in one Pokemon game, right? Before I die, that's something I could probably do if I start now and play for every weekend. But there's absolutely no way I'm going to do that. Because there's always new games coming out.
Hey Alex, I just looked up unknown in the Pokedex 3D Pro app, and did you know that the correct pronunciation is actually unowned?
Fuck you.
Unowned?
Number 6.
Hell no.
Milotic in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. If you've ever tracked down a Feebas and then decided to evolve it in these games,
I've never
you'll
had
know
a
why it's on
Feebas.
this list.
First off, you're going to want to find where to catch a Feebas, which in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald can only be done in Route 119. Where on Route 119 you may ask? Well, out of the hundreds of tiles...
Only like 1 or 2, but let me see. Pokemon X Feebas. Fucking bitch. That means I gotta upload it to the goddamn internet and then transfer it
found on
over.
a total of 6 tiles. That's right, 6 out of hundreds of tiles. And these Feebas spots aren't the same every time, they're random. And you're not even guaranteed to find a Feebas once you start fishing in the correct spot. These things are ultra rare. Literally. You still have a chance of fishing for other Pokemon that aren't Feebas, meaning that you have to waste time fishing
Or
on every
hooking
individual
nothing.
spot around 5 or even more times, just to make sure the spot that you're on is a Feebas tile or not. And then, when you finally find a Feebas spot, you still have to keep fishing until you find a shiny one, while at the same time hoping that you don't land a shiny Carvanha instead. And even if you're so lucky enough to even
Wait, why can't you find a shiny
Feebas
Carvanha
and catch
instead?
it, you're still not done there.
Evolving Feebas in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald is said to be one of the most annoying and time-consuming methods of evolution in any Pokemon game to date. So you can imagine getting a shiny one being one of the most daunting tasks in these games. The reason being you have to force-feed it blue Pokeblocks or berries in order to maximize its beauty, which can become extremely tedious. But once that's finally done and you level it up once, you'll finally have your shiny Milotic. Unless you find a shiny Carvanha instead, because even if you find a Feebas spot, the chances of you actually hooking a shiny one are still insanely low.
I'm sorry, he said unless you find a shiny Carvanha instead, but then he cut out. It actually cut out. Is anybody gonna ask? Diamond, Pearl, Munchlax, hold my honey. Took me 2 years to get a shiny Froakie, and now I can finally play the game. Everybody was like, good luck. Wow, that's so fucking sad.
Can you hand me my glasses?
Hell yeah, dude. Here your things I've been playing with too. Love you.
I can't find my shorts.
See you later, Golf Pro. Oh yeah, Pokemon Sun and Moon had ridiculous ass fucking cutscenes.
I'm also hunting.
Should we just part 2 this? Because this is actually quite a long video. And I really want to figure out why you can't find a Carvana. We're about halfway done with that, but this is for the hardest shinies to find in the game. We will holler at you guys in the next one. Peace.